Let's see what is behind door number 14.
Now we come to the most intriguing plot twists around Emily's targets. First of all, we have to mention Tyler. He was, besides Victoria and Conrad, the most intriguing adversary of Emily.
You might want to be careful who you're dealing with.
I'm always careful, and I always know who I'm dealing with.
Speak of the devil, or should I say the devil's daughter. Your father had excellent penmanship, by the way.
And I really loved the twist of him coming back twice trying to ruin Emily's life.
Emily Thorne. Poor little rich girl next door. You've had a target on my head since the day we met. Now you can see how it feels. No. Emily's gonna kill Daniel. Or at least that's how it will appear to the cops. An eye for an eye. Daniel's about to find out exactly how bad his taste in women really is.
Though it was not very original making him jealous of his best friend's girlfriend, it was great how Tyler went from jealous friend and con artist to a real threat for Emily. After Frank, he was the second character who stumbled over her connection to Formanda, revealing her true identity. And I really like that he came back when we did not expect it. I did not expect it. Some might have made the connection after the pilot and this episode duress with him ruining Daniel's birthday party and almost shooting Emily. But I was genuinely surprised when he and Formanda came back as allies. That was one of the great plot twists in Season 1. Even though it did not last very long. Though the other twist, him dying and not Daniel like he had planned, was not such a surprise for me. I know they teased us with Daniel's death, but I never really believed it because he was one of the main protagonists and his relationship with Emily was just too intriguing. This could have become a real Romeo and Juliet storyline in Season 2. Anyway, his death and the question who killed him was really one of the things that kept me invested in Season 1. This murder mystery was the most intriguing storyline of revenge. And they never pulled up such a great story again. One of the many reasons why Season 1 was the best story-wise.
I saw someone in a dark hoodie hiding behind the sawgrass.
I don't know. It could have been a hoodie, it could have been anything. Like a guest from the party. It's hard to say.
Tyler wasn't a bad person. He was sick.
The guy went all Benihana on my arm and tied me to a chair.
That boy was a menace.
If you people had been doing your jobs, you'd have made sure the little psychopath stayed locked up after holding us all hostage at gunpoint.
When I went home to get Daniel clothes, I saw that my gun was missing. I'd left a window open. Tyler must have broken in and stolen it while we were at the party.
So what were you and Mr. Barrel fighting about?
I don't remember a fight.
You have 15 stitches in your head. How do you explain that? Tyler had a history of violence. He threatened your whole family at your birthday party. Look, I can understand. If you felt like your life was in danger, you shot him, didn't you?
I don't remember.
But almost as much intriguing as Tyler, who were no original target of Emily's Revengender, were her targets she could turn into allies. I spoke about it regarding Father Paul. And my most intriguing targets, Mason Treadwell, Michelle Banks and Patricia Barnes, turned into allies and helped Emily with her Revengender. But let's see for ourselves.
I told you I'm not going to answer a single question until I speak to my lawyer.
No lawyer's gonna help you now, Mason.
You must be proud of yourself, lulling me into complacency only to double-cross me. I assume you're here to gloat?
I'm here to make a deal.
My answer is still no. If there's a trial, I have a fighting chance. At the very least, I'll be able to expose you and your treachery.
You're forgetting, Mason, that I'm in possession of the only thing that could one day exonerate you. A full confession of my own. If you cooperate, I will set you free when I deem the time to be right. Or just enough time for you to write my entire story. This is the book that we both know you were destined to write.
Poetic justice or my true legacy? Or perhaps a touch of both?
And the world will finally meet the real Leah Mason Treadwell.
I guess you've got a deal, Miss Clarke.
Cash and a new identity. My private jet will whisk you away to the Maldives, where Emily has provided you with the perfect writer's retreat.
Which makes me a part of one of Miss Thorne's infamous plans in a story that she's obviously still very committed to finishing.
We need to know that we have your allegiance.
Consider me reborn. Dead though it may be.
Well, he was a good man.
His passion for justice was unparalleled.
Patricia, you knew him too?
Only in legacy.
I haven't lost a night of sleep over the man, if that's what you're asking.
No, that would be my job. His opinions are above reproach.
I just wanted to apologize for last night. I didn't mean to insult you or your husband. He seemed quite upset.
A man in his position learns to keep his temper to himself.
Last I checked, migraines don't cause bruising. That letter saved Amanda's life. Tonight you have the opportunity to save a whole lot more. Maybe even your own.
A man far wiser and braver than I once said, "There may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but let there never be a time when we fail to protect." That secret came out in a letter written to Mr. Clarke in federal prison. Dear Mr. Clarke, I'm afraid you have suffered a grave injustice.
Patricia.
Robert. Judge Barnes has failed you, Mr. Clarke, as have I. And today, my husband, Robert Barnes, stands to inherit a great deal more power. And the greater the power, the greater the potential for abuse.
I know that you helped Victoria kill Aiden Mathis. No, that's preposterous. You don't have any proof. I don't need proof. I'm not going to the authorities. I can punish you worse than they can. I swear I didn't have any idea what she had planned. I just did what Victoria told me to do. Like you always did. They destroyed David. And you destroyed his daughter. I'm sorry. Sorry's not enough.
Can't legally hold me here without the authority of another doctor.
Oh, but we have one. Yours.
Michelle.
Doctor, these are my notes from my sessions with Mrs. Grayson. They detail her obsession with Miss Thorne spiraling into acute psychosis.
Liar!
I just want her to be okay. Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Dr. Banks.
Season 3 was poor in that comparison. Not only that we had since season 1 no compelling target besides the Graysons. They also became bait for Emily like Luke Gilliam and Pascal Lamarckle. Do not get me wrong, I like the writers trying to give it a twist and spin the story around by Victoria finally fighting back successfully.
I'm merely testing a theory.
Oh, so this is about Emily.
Happy hunting.
Nothing ever stops people with an agenda. Victoria.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you here, Victoria.
Oh, I could only hope it comes as a terrible disappointment to you.
I always want to hear the thoughts of beautiful women, especially ones with secrets and aggressions.
Surely you have other avenues you can pursue?
None with your access.
That's funny. Seeing as your new partner was married to him for over 20 years. Which means you're playing me. Tell Victoria nice try.
Using this minor target and her former lover to take down Emily was no smart move. Victoria should have known better. Since Emily is smart enough to see through this. So it was fun to watch but not for the twist. Just to see Victoria fail was the satisfaction here, I think.